As you all can see from the title, I just had my probably the worst losing trade in 2023. Why is it the worst losing trade? Was because I was originally risking about $3,000 on this one, and because of the news, I actually got slipped out, got gapped out for about $8,000 lost. So yeah, let's go into chart and let's talk about the roller coaster trade. Yeah, just a lot of drama on this trade. If you look at the 1 hour overall, you can see in my private community as well, I say that gold is actually in a very range bound condition, and we got one support level which is 1940. Then we got our intermediate resistance at 1968. We also got the major high at 1980. When I was looking at the chart today, as you can see from the trade, the entire thesis of this trade was I saw the way price move up very clean. Every time when you see pattern like this, it has a potential to actually drop because of the way it goes up, grinding back and forth, back and forth. It shows a lack of buyers and a lack of strength. That's why I was looking for price. If you really look closely to the 5-minute, you can actually see we have a minor resistance at 1963. This is more of an intraday high. So as price break through the daily high, we found a new high around at 1966, which was exactly tapping that previous high. Then we started falling. So as price actually fall, I was anticipating some sort of weakness breaking under the sort of the bottom trend line, expecting price to actually spike all the way down. If you look at the price here, it looks a little bit confusing, but let me drop down to the 1-minute. You can know exactly what happened. So what happened was, I know that there was news and I actually moved stops to break even. Then price actually moved into my favor. When the news released, it actually spiked, hammered all the way into my TP. I was supposed to be filled, but the spread during the CPI was relatively wide. That's why I didn't get filled here. And as you can see, the gap was usually you wouldn't have a gap, it wouldn't have a slippage like this. It didn't fill me up. Then within a couple of seconds, it just snapped all the way into my stop loss. Didn't even trigger my break even trail stops. It go all the way, get me out at I think 1970 or 1968. I was actually smashing, I was spamming my my mouse. I actually wanted to close the position, but it just didn't get through, and I ended up getting stopped out at a high around 1968, 1969. So yeah, it's probably the worst trade. Yeah, definitely one of the worst trade in 2023. When it comes to discipline, the discipline was there. Most stops break even. It's just that it's very unlucky that my position didn't get filled, my TP didn't get filled, and it happened to just within that few seconds just snap all the way into my stops, get me out for the worst price possible. So it's a good lesson here. Every time when you hold trade through a news event, you always have to be very careful. These are some of the things that you could potentially avoid by avoid trading news. And on most of the occasions, I do close out full position prior to news event, but on this one I just decided to hold it because stops to break even, didn't expect price to be so aggressive, didn't expect the slippage to be that wide. So that's it for the video. Hope you all learned something new. Learn from my lesson as well. It's a painful lesson, it's expensive, and if you like the video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye bye.